Hellos. How are you good? How are you guys?
Yeah, doing
well. Doing well. How are you guys laughing? Yani kuna raha hivi, kuna raha. The set. As you can see today we are doing home edition. Na unaona vile tumekaa poa yani. Naona tuma happy socks. So welcome to this conversation. It has been a good ride, sindio?
Mko fiti.
Awesome day, relaxing day.
Yeah. And we give thanks to God for every single thing that has happened. And today we want to talk about how the year has been. Hii mwaka 2022.
2022. Conversation on the year.
Yeah. Because I think we are coming to an end of a year. And then tunataka kwanza kuandika ma resolutions sijui watu wanaandika siku hizi ama
siku hizi tuna wing it
Katambe 2023.
So Tivo, hebu tuambie how can you wrap up 2022 for you?
I must say 2022 has been wacha nianze mbali kidogo.
Anza huko.
Nianze mbali kidogo kwa sababu ndio tuone kama kumekuwa na progress.
Yes.
To assess. So 2020 when corona came. Watu wengine wakisema vile jobs zimeenda chini. There is no money, there is nothing. Things are not moving. Kwanza nilikuwa shule, nilikuwa college. Na still nilikuwa na manage kupata things like not just things, as in I still make things move. Not kupata small.
One ingia wash
You are never stuck.
Yes.
Sikuwa stuck. Pesa zilikuwa zina flow. Pesa zilikuwa zina flow kiasi chake. Nilikuwa grateful watu wengine wakisema vile projects hazikuji, things have been postponed until a later date. Na nashukuru Mungu I still had things to do, something to do. Something sounds small, but I'm grateful for the things that were happening. You use something utakuwa unaibiliki. Mimi kwangu sio something
grand.
Ilikuwa grand. 2021 sasa ile 2022 ilikuwa ni kama ndo naweka stock ya 2021. Sasa 2021 ilikuwa kuteremsha hiyo yenye nimepata 2020. Teremsha hiyo ilikuwa bit tough. Because now I think when walikuwa wameamua kufanya vitu hiyo 2020 sasa walikuwa wamekuwa drained. So now they were a bit shy. They were holding back what they had. So ilikuwa ni kuteremsha stock ya 2020. Then 2022 kaanza kuwa na upward trajectory, lakini school fees pia ilikuwa inakimbisha clients. Unapata mtu anakuambia I'd rather do this fast. This one can wait until nijipange. So that is at the start of 2022.
Matamu zilikuwa sijika ngapi?
Nini za shule? Kufungua mpaka unasahau unaendaje mko tam gani. So marathon, lakini towards the end of the year things zimeanza kuchange. I think we are tending towards stabilizing. So unasikia hata mtu anakuambia nataka ni engage lakini tuanze preliminaries next year. Fanya kitu. And I'm hopeful next year hizo vitu zenye nasema zitakuwa go through.
I will not lose your number 20. So see grand things happen. Cynthia. Yes, 2022. Yes.
2022. Sorry. It may feel like 3 years in one, legitimately. It's been a long year. It has been a very, very long year. Personally, professionally. How much time do we have?
Have an hour, 2 hours, 3 days.
How much time do you need?
Let me just say I am grateful. I am grateful. When this year began, I think I was just at my wit's end with everything from 2020, 2021, everything that was just building up. And then I remember when this year began, I did not want to leave. But where it is right now, I think I have a different perspective. I see life differently. I have come to appreciate so much, and I have learned that there'll always be something to complain about, something to hurt you, something to bring you down. So you have to make a conscious effort to look for reasons to smile, be happy, and live, you know. So I'm glad it's over. Why? I'm just glad this year has ended with me in one piece. I'm so grateful. I've learned so much. I've grown so much. And I'm excited. For some reason, whether I feel, you know, I said this in 2020. When 2020 began, I was like, this is my year. This is it.
And then it did the thing.
And things happened.
It did the thing.
What?
It's rolling.
When Timo was prospering in 2020,
Wewe ujue maneno.
me nili lose kila kitu. Do you know I lost everything? Came back home, shaved my hair.
Lost.
When a lady shaves her head. So I was told.
It was bad. It was so bad. But this time I'm feeling it. I was a bit afraid to be hopeful for 2023. But with everything I have seen and experienced this year, I'm like, you know what? Bring it on. 2023 is my year.
I hope still wewe ndio ulifanya 2020 fanyike hivi. Yeah, proceed. 2023 is your year.
Is my year, yes. Good vibes.
Yeah.
Amen.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Singetuambia tu yako kwanza. Mimi just wondering. But yeah. 2023. Yeah, I'm optimistic. Inaitangwa optimistic. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Yes. Anxious, yes, because I'm seeing space for actualization. Of course, trusting in God and thanking God. Because, Timo, kidogo I share a bit of what Timo had, because in 2020, there is an outfit we were establishing. And when lockdown and everything was being announced, I was like, how? I need to be out. I need to be getting papers. We were establishing an outfit somewhere, a counseling center. And and actually I think I really used to just see God's favor. Go getting this paper, you go unasaidika, unapata. So lockdown, mask and all that, for me my anxiety was, I couldn't. Actually, we'll actually rest home and all that. I never sat at home. So 2020 was rolling in, started it. Of course, 2020, 2021. 2022 ni hii mwaka, si ndio? Whether ina sound kama.
Hii mwaka kuna elections.
President wawili.
World Cup.
Hii mwaka imekuwa ndefu. Nini happen?
Shule funga.
The schools, like you said at some moment, ilifika mahali. Okay, because I remember this year watu walianza on a certain class and somewhere in the middle they were in another class. So can you imagine us confused what about the children? So that was also part of it. So this year really I okay, I've also learned one thing. Identify the negative energy, set it candle. Of course, negative energy sometimes is good because it will motivate you to not go back to that situation. But then just embracing positivity, not toxic positivity. Ile sasa ya kuona too much, but just embracing that positivity and realizing in what maybe earlier I would term a failure, now I pick what I call lesson learned. It didn't work because, so I write down. This is very personal and I really love it now. It didn't work because of, I just see it and I'm very honest with self. Because one of the things I'm learning is not to look at the blame outside of the other person. Yes, it didn't work. There could be There's a reason for them. But I didn't want because, so I put 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think with that energy, that's the energy I'm picking as I walk into 2023. One thing I'm grateful for, the calendar year now is going to stabilize. Hopefully, thank God. Aki God, hope I'm not doing in store. 2020 really made people who are just so even optimistic fear to be optimistic because you're like, we had never saw this coming, but anyway, we thank God so much for the resilience and that we even here. So for me, 2022 was like 3 years in one. As 2021 was ending, what we were setting up in 2020 wound up. So December was the first month of season, and now it's actually season is 1 year old. Oh yeah, those are the things you hold on to. Yes, many are the tribulations of the righteous, but the Lord shall deliver them from all. Amen. So yes, it will be tough, but there's this story given of a donkey who was thrown into a pit, and then as people wanted to bury it, it kept shaking and shaking itself until at some point they think they're finished and the donkey is just standing up. So at some point I've been feeling like that, that even when stuff is being thrown on you, stuff is being thrown left, right, center, family, professionally, financially, spiritually, all corners, shake it off, feel the effect, feel the pain, feel the goodness, but now for that which won't make you and that which wants to bury you, shake it off, rise up. Shake it off, rise up. So that's the space I'm winding up 2022. That's where I'm winding up 2022. Of course, I'm still iko na anxiety bado. The remaining few days, because
actually something that I want to ask, okay, all of us, I think we still have like some, 18, 19 days. Yesterday I was in a certain place, Niko Church, and sharing some few naongea too, and I think I was just telling people that we should not write it off yet. Like there's still something so maybe as we also think through what are your plans for the next
there are about 18 days.
What are your plans for the next 18
and that's
days?
I'm picking. Okay, mine I think they still have some anxiety because kuna results tunangoja mahali is Ima. So of course candidate class 8. So we are waiting and we are trusting in God. So for me, I think that's what is in Angoja. Of course, not that the results determine much, but we're already celebrating him. But it's just realistic that, the results will come to celebrate. And then after that, just looking forward to those also remaining few days. Catch up to Kukatu home edition, relax, psyching up for 2023. I'm really, really looking forward for 2023. Finally, because again, this conversation is a child of season. And this is our second month. Second month.
We've been here for some months.
We've been here for some and when we're looking forward to having more conversations on like we said, areas and censored areas. We're looking forward to break boundaries with this conversation. We'll be but just have this space expand. I'm looking forward to us expanding this space and even this space. I don't want to call it a safe space. It may not necessarily feel that, but I'm just looking forward to expand this space where we'll have conversations that will break boundaries and break a lot and just bring that topic that you're like, so that's what I'm looking for. That's how I'm wrapping up 2022.
Interesting. 18 days.
23.
Yes. What do you anticipate to do? What can someone do as you also project towards the year that is coming?
Naona vile kuna mahali imesemekana there are people who are naturally optimistic. 2020 just taught me I live a day at a time. Like every day I live one day at a time. So even sometimes I'll be like, cause me right now I'm just thinking I have 1 week of work left.
Kasi.
Alafu unajua hii break ya Christmas naanganika weekend. Kufumbua January.
Amesha.
So for me it's just one day at a time. That is just how I have paced myself. I hope for the best. Unfortunately, my life has become you hope for the best, you prepare for the worst. But in a space I'm in right now, because right now I feel like I'm in a good space.
Please forgive the background voices. Tuko na security. Our dog is outside, so and we have cats inside. Home edition,
Yeah.
Timu, you told us 2023 itakutambua.
Lazima nitambue.
You have 18 days towards 2023. What?
I think for me bado haija click. Kuna Christmas. Probably ni challenge ya kukosa kuwa na kind of a routine ya you reporting to some office. Kuna time yenye watu ufunga, kuna time yenye watu fanya nini. Because I'm still receiving phone calls here and there. Come have a look at this, give us advice. Fanya hivi, come measure tuchore invoice, tuambie tutafanyaje. So bado haija click. Kuna holiday, kuna like this Christmas coming, haija click. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing. Sababu ni dalili ya 2023 ukuwa na mazuri. Na mazuri. So for me the next 18 days I think will just be working days, holiday kidogo tu. Kama ni Christmas maybe 25th tu ndio inamata. 26th tunafikiria kuna kitu iko pending mahali. Na uli promise to deliver, so inabidi ukwe busy. At the same time kuna hiyo nilikuwa nimesema there's so many things inakujanisha pia within this period. So many dinners that you being invited to. I was even asking my friends, hizi dinner zingine ziwezi kujanga November. Zinakuwa mingi.
Spread out.
Ziko spread out. Zinakuwa mingi mpaka huwezi kuenda dinner kila siku. So nachagua ni gani unaenda. Zingine ziko na strings attached. If you don't attend, kuna consequences next year.
Yaani wewe kuna more dinners rolling.
More. So I think ni dalili za kumalizia strong na kuanza mwaka vizuri.
Social networks.
So
yeah, I'm trying to look at it from a psychological perspective. We talk about just running down and just because me I usually believe the end of something is the beginning of another.
True.
So I'm trying to look at it for someone who is there, who is like kama tumeanza tukisema 2020 things have been happening now. You've come from a place of kulikuwa na lockdown, umefungiwa. 2021 at least some opening, and then 2022 ndio imekuja. Now the reality is now kind of kicking in, and now you're now stable, you're now setting up yourself. For such a person, what would you tell them in terms of now how do they approach this new year?
Well, psychological aspect maybe in a space of mental health. First it will determine that duration between 2020 and now. What's the impact it has had on you? For some people it's really been tough. There's some people there's been growth. Again, also depends on the perspective, how I look at it, how I approach it, how I embrace it. So for that person maybe who is maybe looking forward to some space of healing, there's been pain, maybe there have been losses of job, losses of income, losses of status, losses of loved ones, significant people, and that's a person maybe who is wondering, really, could it get worse? So that's a person who it's important just to find yourself. Yes, there was and now there isn't, but then we still have the gift of life. We're still breathing, we're still alive. So it's good. I like saying when I've been through such a moment, pick, not everything breaks. when something breaks, there's some pieces that look bigger. Pick what you can pick. Could even be the smaller one that's making sense. Pick what you can pick yourself up, and let's be positive. Let's look forward. Let's look forward. Maybe you are let down by your resolutions. Maybe nothing worked of what you had. Let's be hopeful, because in between there were still good moments. Let's build on the good moments. There's been a good moment, like there's a saying Cynthia napenda kutumia and kina Sonia, that let a bad moment not make it a bad day, be called a bad day. Let a bad maybe 2-3 days not make us call life bad. So it's just looking at it on a positive part. Rise up. There's resilience within us. There's that ability to just bounce back. Let's pick ourselves up with positivity and look forward. Again, generalization comes in. You could be generalizing that because 2020 and 2021 were not good, then automatically 2023 will not be. Okay, such irrational thoughts that sometimes can give us negative energy. So I prefer sometimes not to generalize negatively. How about reframing that to a positive one? There were good moments. Let me anticipate the good moments. Of course, for that which didn't work, let's pick it as a challenge. What did we learn from that challenge? What did we learn? What I learned, can I apply? If I'm encountering such a situation again, then what can I learn, and what can I apply? Learn from people, learn from situations, learn from within. There's so many lessons to pick.
And I think if you're looking also at the festive season, for some people it starts like on a day like today, 12th. Some offices have closed, and then when we're looking at Christmas and then the New Year's, it's a long period. And as much as it may be festive, and it usually is, for some people that festive season comes with a lot of anxiety. Anxiety because you can imagine there is financial strain on them. Having to cater for, and especially I won't speak of other countries, but here in Kenya, there's traveling to Ushago. And there are some places that would cost more. Like I was talking to a friend of mine, she sells veggies, and she was just telling me this Christmas her children are going to have to be here because there have been 100 terms this year with the different school fees and whatnot. The strain has been real. If we're looking at transport prices, they go high, food prices. So for some people, this festive season is not as festive. Again, some people are going back home, but who are they going back home to? Parents have passed away, grandparents have passed away, divorces have happened. So as people like myself are winding down, some people that winding down is coming with a lot of anxiety, because some people will prefer to keep themselves busy. Work was like their clutch. So I'm at work, I'm here, I'm shere. But now it comes now to, okay, let's just wind down. Now that comes with a lot of anxiety. It comes with a lot of pain for some people. So I think if you're struggling with that anxiety, that depression, the first step would just be, and I know how it will sound, but the first step is just to breathe. Just literally one breath at a time. That's how I have, because I have struggled with mental health, and I have learned sometimes it comes down to one literal breath at a time, and then start pacing yourself. This trip, do I really need it? Okay, going to Ushago, maybe my family expects me to be there, but do I really need this trip? Do I need the extra cost? You can just simply call and say, you know what, I'm not in a space. For some people, you'll find, especially our age, umeenda na uko peke yako.
Sasa uko peke yako.
Unafika tu uko.
Auntie wanakungoja.
Auntie wanakungoja hivyo.
Uko tena peke yako.
Peke yako.
Hint.
So
chapati.
Hakuna hata
isoko. So for some people, it just express the capacity you're able to carry. Because yes, there might be stigma, people might not understand, but at the end of the day, only you know what that pressure means to you, you know. So sometimes you'll get that there's what people call holiday blues. So holiday blues is just a culmination of all that emotion. So pace yourself, set realistic expectations. Have conversations with your family, with your children. You know, children expect gifts. Then they don't care about inflation.
They don't even know it.
They don't know it, you know, but you can just have those conversations. Yes, we've been having Christmas trees, but this year, for one reason or the other, this has been happening. So I guess when you start following those simple steps, taking it one day at a time, setting realistic expectations, then setting boundaries. You know, right now we are in an era of awareness. You're able to speak and say, I do not have the capacity. You might not have the capacity to host. Maybe it is tradition for your family to come to your home. You simply don't have the emotional or financial capacity for that. Express it. Express it so that this time does not carry grief for you. And I think just communicate your feelings.
Very strong point, communicating feelings.
Oh my God, we are just in a space where I feel there's more awareness. You can just say, you know what, you guys, I'm not okay. You know, because you'll find that there are so many unhealthy ways we come up with to cope. Because maybe your friends, like for me, sometimes I feel the pressure in my family on my mother's side. I'm the oldest cousin, so hakuna mahali tunaenda kutana up. They're all like, what you're going yeah, so I'll look at some of my friends. I'm like, hey, they're going, Mara cousins get together. Some families have that, some don't have. And now with social media, you feel even more lonely.
Flashing to look at 20. I was counting a picture where people are standing there and then they are collecting. Those cousins were like, I think 50.
50
so you can imagine
the pressure.
There are some people who,
family gatherings,
because of family dynamics, do not have that. So you're there, you're on social media, and you're seeing all this, and this is impacting you. You know, I think
negatively, mostly
negatively, because not only as a society, there's already a certain kind of loneliness with everyone, and then now the loneliness that comes with Saza Shere. And you know, when you express yourself and you're able to have someone to talk to, and just say, hey, I'm lonely. I'm feeling lonely. You know, talk to your friends, talk to family, talk to someone. For us in our family, we have this tradition every year on Christmas. Just randomly invite someone, just random.
Please invite me. I have offered myself.
Just randomly, just come over. So
if you want to come here, I'm already here.
And we can also be able to identify in our circles someone you know has been having a rough year. Pull them close. They might not be the kind to speak what they feel. Pull them close. You know, check up on people. Hey, how are you doing? What's going on?
And then maybe just to build on that, sometimes we want to imagine maybe during the festive season it's about money. That I need to have money to host, to chap a party and all that. I think it's just the warmth. And I think warmth does not cost. Just to be warm to someone, just to reach out to that person. Because if I'm feeling I'm in a comfortable space, maybe let me reach out. Or maybe another person could reach out to me. So it's that time to just be still, so that you can listen to that. Where is it leading to? Who is it leading you to? Is it Timo? Do I think Timo has had a rough year? Do I think I could be just that moment, just to be, not really costly malls and all that. And then again, also something small. Sometimes you realize the festive season comes with traditions. I remember a tradition we used to have, which we never used to understand. Imefika ni Christmas, mkutanisho watoto wa hawa na watoto wa hawa, and there's no much explaining being done, so you're just there because it's a tradition and wondering when will this end. And that's one thing I think we have endeavored just to break, like have traditions that make sense. Sometimes let's not just, especially children, sometimes I feel something you suffer. But tunaenda, we're going. And you're like, can we just have the, even sometimes parents, do we understand when children have grown to the point of we no longer need to pull them to our traditions? That maybe now you guys need your time. 3 years ago, maybe you could be pulled together. Now you're in that space where, na by the way, kwa wendi inakuwa sasa tena ni war. Emotional guilt inakuwa beef. Sasa mnataka tukafike tukaonekane aje. Sasa watu watasema aje.
Sisi ndio tukuja kama familia.
Sasa watasema aje? Watasema sijakuja na watoto wangu, ama watasema, I mean, it's important to be in just this space where if we have traditions, first, are they serving? Are they working or not? If they're not working, how can we adjust them? Can we make it, maybe break and make new ones? It's sometimes you may be that person who will start a new tradition. So over to you, maybe with your energies.
Maybe Timo, you can also just speak to just this young man who is also thinking of all these pressures that are coming with this festive season and in projection to even 2023. Like, how, speak to just one or two people out there, this young man kama wewe sasa.
Abla umesikia madili zako
Akutafute.
Nataka next year zisikue things zikue tumezita zisikue some things na zisikue things zikue grand things. There's a book I've been reading, talks about forming habits, and it also talks about continuous improvement of yourself. So there's a certain thing that really caught my heart na ilinifanya nianze kuview things in a very dynamic way. It also speaks about this 1%, he 1% inaweza kuwa ni you had started a business na ilikuwa imefika a certain scope, and you're there seated and you're thinking this increment 1,000 shilling to this business will not have a significant result. At the beginning it might seem like so, lakini if you're adding 1,000 after maybe every month or weekly, or depending on the frequency that you're able to afford, it still adds on to the difference.
Still an addition.
It also speaks of when people are starting on habits, like say you've decided like every other night you'll be reading a chapter of a book before you sleep. Within the first few weeks inakuanga struggle. Unaenda kulala unakumbuka sijasoma ile chapter moja, unaamka unasoma ni kama ni punishment. But as time goes by, you're able to do it more comfortably, with ease. There's no push, hakuna mtu uskini kama ni msukumo, unasikia ni kitu you at peace and you feel easy ukifanya. I just want to encourage one who feels like the years hasn't been that good. There's still something that you can do. Unaweza take that step of faith, hata kama ni ya kuomba, hata kama ni ya kusave. If you ukisave so moja na huna kitu yenye nafanya, just need to be persistent with the 100 shillings. If it's a habit, a positive habit that you're starting, you do not have to give up. You just need to be persistent. If you are persistent, after some time you'll not struggle with it. It also says if you compound a habit, unakumbuka ile compound interest. If you compound a habit,
hata kwa trauma hesabu inafanya trigger.
Compound habits, it definitely results to success.
So even ndio kitu ilikuwa inamaanisha tukifunza shule.
Hiyo ndio pale hesabu inatumika.
Hapo ndio hesabu inatumika.
Mbona tu hawakusema hivyo?
Ile 1 plus r.
Mbona tu hawakusema hivyo?
Now you are finding the x.
Sasa unaona hapo ndio habit. Hiyo part ya compound walifaa replace na habit. Hiyo part results zilifaa zikuwe ni habit. So when a habit is compounded, there's always success at the end of it. So you just need to get a routine or something that you utafanya with at first itakuwa struggle, lakini utaendelea ukifeel there's some motivation, there's something that you're doing, and you'll definitely be successful. Yes.
I think
That's deep.
yeah. Talk to a young lady.
A young lady.
Yes. We're doing like parting shot, like
Parting shot.
tuna scale down, tunasema kitu na project, tuna
Yeah.
plan. Yes.
Gosh. A young lady. Young
is
at
relative.
heart. Young is relative. So you know your youngness.
Yes.
So however young or old, I just think, I mean, wow, you've made it this far. You know, you've made it this far. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm awake, I'm alive. God, you're not done with me.
We have our cats again.
Yeah, we have our cats back here. I'm a proper cat mom.
Their mother is here.
Yeah, so they're playing in the back. Just one breath at a time. One breath at a time. You are worth more than you believe you are sometimes, and especially, you know, for ladies, feeling worthless can come like that. You know, as our thoughts go from 0
to 100.
to 100
A million.
real fast.
A million.
Yeah, real fast. It can go from this outfit doesn't look good to I'm ugly in 2 seconds. It can really spiral. So but you're worth the space you occupy. And like Timo has said, you know, don't give up. You can take a break. I advocate for breaks. Take a break. Breathe. Look back. Okay, what has been working? This feeling I'm having, you know, what is triggering this
Where is
feeling?
it coming?
Maybe you're recovering from a breakup, you're recovering from losing a job, you're recovering from losing a loved one.
Hello, notice Alex hata asemi kitu.
Love the place safe.
There's so much here, so much content. Huoni content, kwani wazito, waona hii ngoza kikoi. Unaona mimi nakaa tu huku nje tu hata. Yes.
Parting shot to the ladies, I mean even to the guys. The whatever space you occupy, a friend, a son, a daughter, a sibling, a lover, whatever space you occupy, you deserve to be there. You know, sometimes you can feel like there's a lot of self-doubt. You know, what are your triggers? You know, so even as you're going towards the end of the year, let's just tap yourself on the back like you've made it. The last 3 years have been wow. Yeah, and this year has been like 3 in 1.
Yeah.
So you've come this far. I think let's celebrate that. And then love on you as we are looking to celebrate with others. Celebrate with yourself. You know, just give yourself something. Take yourself out for lunch. It doesn't have to be exquisite. No. Just something. Do something for yourself. Ujibaye kaleka ice cream. Celebrate you before you celebrate others. And then look back, maybe write down. I firmly believe in just writing down. Write down what has worked this year. And then write down what hasn't worked this year. And then write down why it hasn't worked out. I know there's a lot of writing, but bear with me.
We are
Power
writing.
of journaling.
We're just writing.
Power of journaling.
We are writing everything.
Yeah, because you know,
Right.
when you're writing sometimes,
Yes.
you could be seeing a mountain, okay? You could be seeing this giant. But when you write it down, you're putting it on paper. You kind of reduce it to just words. So it comes from being a mountain to just mere words. You know, you could be thinking, I failed, I did this, and then you read on and you're like, you know what, imagine I'm human. Yes, this and this and this happened. Next year I can do this and this and this. And then when we are coming to the new year could bring a lot of change for some people. Some people maybe are anticipating change. Change is hard for everyone. Pace yourself. Again, pace yourself. Be realistic with your expectations. Be kind to yourself even as you're pacing yourself. Don't pace yourself based on everyone else. You know, there's there's this cliche thing everyone says that when you die, an ad is sent for your job that same hour. HR is already working out a replacement, you know. So pace yourself, even at work, in your personal life, in your business. Pace yourself, set realistic expectations, and be kind. You only have yourself. At the end of the day, when you're, even if you're coupled up with someone, when you close your eyes, even when you're having a nightmare, unajua unakuanga peke yako.
Wewe unakimbizwa.
So at the end of the day, you have you, and no one can have your back better than you. So just be kind, love on you. Yeah, love on you.
Very important. I'm just thinking through such things of just having like habits. Kutoka hivi kuna trend imeanza kwa hapa habits. Lazima tuandike.
Write it down. Oh my goodness, write it down.
About just celebrating small wins as we just get into 2023. Just having those small wins.
Yeah.
I think, Mom, you can finalize for us just maybe a habit that you think that we should learn as we get into 2023, of just that will make us really keep up with whatever is happening around us. Just maybe one or two habits that we...
I think when you first say a habit that we can learn, first I'm thinking of a habit that we can break. Because personally, I remember kwa kitambo when it's Christmas, maybe Christmas or festive season, there this thing of, I don't know that it stems from people pleasing and all that, where you do everything for people, you get so tired. Sufuria ni wewe, kuserve ni wewe, you are that, and then at the end of the day, chapo everyone has eaten everyone, and at the end of the day, okay, you served everyone, do it out of a place of I wanted to, not sasa nimewaserve nini wote, I didn't even enjoy,
not obligation.
So maybe this is a festive season, it's time to come up with habits that come out of love, not obligation, that whatever you're engaging yourself in, you'll feel rested, you'll not feel like you were there for everyone and no one was there for you. Imagine pia we rest, to rest tu si wote, kila mtu tu rest. Kani chapo tuingie kwa chapo si wote, kama ni kupika tupike. Let's also be fair on people. Sometimes this happens kwanza maybe kwa in-laws, ndio mnapika, si tunakaa everywhere. Let's have habits that will make us enjoy the festive season. And then again also we've talked of the traditions and all that. Let's carry out that which serves, that which we understand, that which is helping us. And then maybe those to break and start off a new year. Maybe one of your habits has been when the resolutions don't materialize, it is okay. Maybe if your goals are not imefika end of the year and you can't see, you wrote so many, you gave up because of one reason or another, maybe just go back and reevaluate. And maybe the standards were too high. Sometimes we have very high expectations on ourselves. Personally, I've been practicing self-love, and self-love starts for me with just understanding what's my capacity, what's my capability. And sometimes as we are setting our goals, it's with the eye of what will people say if I don't achieve this. Sometimes it's not about what will people say, it's how comfortable am I feeling. As I'm winding up the year, of course there are things maybe I have not achieved. I have goals when I look at right now, I'm yet to achieve them. And so I go back, and it's okay for them to be number one next year. Again, for me, I've learned not to just set goals as per January, December. We keep evolving, keep evaluating yourself. You don't have to wait for December, for end of the year, to evaluate a goal that you knew in March you are not going to meet. That time, self-evaluation, going through journaling for me works a lot, and for those people who maybe find your way, what is your way? How do I take note of where I am, the milestones I have achieved? Sometimes we set goals, sometimes I've gone back to look at my goals and I'm like, wow, how sober was I when I was setting this goal? What was happening around that time? Because again, they say change is the only constant. So a lot will happen, a lot will change. Maybe I could set up a goal, and by the end of it, maybe I am unwell, or I lost some status, or I lost some job, or I even improved. Grant zinaingia. Maybe now I set a goal and I was financially incapable, and now suddenly I'm just okay. I need to go back and reevaluate that goal. So it's just a space of realizing if other people's goals were not met, or they met them and you're feeling you haven't, you are not everybody. You are not everybody. You are yourself. So the place of self-love for me, I think, let's target and have goals of self-love, because if I practice self-love, not the negative one, see ile ya kukua selfish, just being in this space where I'm aware of what triggers me, I'm aware of what is making me, things like just taking a walk, managing my anxiety levels, managing my anger, stress management, looking after my diet. If I do my self-love, you do your self-love, you do yourself, yours, we will be in a not necessarily 100% safety space or healthy space, but will be in accommodative. You're able to, in that space where you can hear yourself, you can listen yourself, you cannot today, I am in good spirits, I can do so much. When you report to work in January, let's not have this thing. Haki unapatanga tu watu wengine, mimi bado nimechoka hiyo Christmas. There are only 18 days, but out of these 18 days see 1 year. 18 days actually. 18 days be from now. So soon 1 week itakuwa imebaki 18 minus 7 ni
11 days.
11, na bado kuna hiyo kuchapa sherehe whether you are alone or not. So again, let's maybe after we are saying resting, and maybe someone has already rested, just be in this space where at least when January comes, when the year, for me I'm happy because calendars are going back to, things are going back to normal, normalizing. So let's pray that we'll be in this space where we'll be well rested to kick in the normalized space.
I think
Alex hajatuambia.
And I'm just thinking through what you're talking about, and just being in us healthy, being healthy, just being healthy above everything else. Relationship wise, financially, in totality, to just, I think, being healthy. I think I'm being hopeful also in terms of just getting into 2023. There is so much hope that is there that we need to just continue to tap into that. Being positive about it. Yes, 2020 did us the way it did us.
Developed us.
But now we are now developed.
We are developed.
We are now certified. We have degrees.
Certified.
Some of us have PhDs.
But you know, you can also look at it. You can also look at it, yes, as development, but also just as capacity building. Because I feel like there's a strength that 2020 just brought.
Imagine you came out of it. Wewe superhero. Wewe si wa kawaida.
Tukapoteza smell.
Tukapoteza kitu.
Tukapoteza taste.
Sasa unaona ameanza kunusa pesa sasa.
Amen.
As we are saying, as we are getting ourselves into this, there is hope. I think that is one message I think we'll pass to our viewers. There is hope.
Let it be contagious.
Let that be what you get.
Genuine love, genuine concern for that person.
And no matter.
Yes. As this conversation, I think this will be maybe our last show for this year. We're taking a short break. Hata si tunaenda kurelax. And think through what next.
What other conversations to build around.
And I think it's good to invite them also to just use our comment section to give us suggestions. Give us suggestions on what we have.
What conversation you want us to have, to engage you in. Very welcome.
You want to be a guest.
Tutaacha tuweke namba pia
tunakaribisha wageni.
Itakuwa tu mahali tutaweka namba tu mahali
hapo chini,
so that we are able to open, as you say, opening up. So as you get out into this festive season, as you share with family and friends, I think we'll just tell them that Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This conversation wishes you Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year as you get into 2023. Please
Share the love.
stay safe.
Positive habits.
See you. See you in 2023.
Self-love.
Okay, see you in 2023.
See you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The festive season, this festive season,